Movies can be difficult to review for many reasons. They could be too difficult to explain in a lot of ways. They could have a twist in them that you don't want to give away. They could be a movie you really, really liked, but you really kind of don't want to recommend. Cabin in the Woods, The Cabin in the Woods, is all three of these for me. One of the most difficult movies I've ever had to review for all of those reasons. Let's talk about the twist first. I would recommend, if you do see this movie, to see it with this hearing as little about it as possible. I only say that because it's fun to watch it unfold. Now, you think a lot of times you don't want people to spoil the twist ending. I'll tell you right now, there is no twist ending. It is a twist movie. The movie kind of reveals itself to you over the course of the whole film. Everything you need to know is right there from the beginning. It's just you gradually learn more about what's going on. Having said that, it's a joy to watch it unfold, so I don't want to give any of that away, which makes it hard to kind of explain what Cabin in the Woods is. I will just say this, it is a horror movie. It is a slasher flick, but it is done in a way that not only provides a horror movie, but also offers a lot of commentary on what horror movies are. It's very meta. It points out kind of the tropes of horror films. It points out what you in the audience already know. It's very, very clever, and it follows these friends who wind up in a cabin in the woods and the horrors that unfold there and how that relates to their lives. That's about all I can say. I mentioned the word clever, and that's one of my favorite things about this movie is the writing and the way that it incorporates all of the horror standards and at the same time turns it completely upside down. This is not a surprise considering one of the geniuses behind it is Joss Whedon, whom I love because he did Firefly. Some love him for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Also, little known fact, wrote Toy Story. That was kind of his first big thing, so obviously I'm going to love him for that. I love Joss Whedon. I love his style. I love the way he can create a world through dialogue, and he does that in this movie with the help of Drew Stoddard, who directs the movie, does a great job as well. On top of that, the actors in this movie do a really great job at walking that line between being caricatures and actual people we care about. They have to kind of be caricatures because that's kind of the point of the movie, but at the same time, we want to be able to invest in them and their stories and what's going on, and I think that balance is pulled off rather nicely, especially by the slacker stoner character whose name escapes me right now. He was actually in Dollhouse, another Joss Whedon show, as one of the characters in that show, and I loved him there, and I love him in this as well. He does such a fabulous job with his role in this movie. The last part that's hard to review, Cabin in the Woods, is I don't know whether to recommend it. I can say this. I walked away from it glad I had seen it. Now, let me be very, very careful because it is a slasher movie. It is gruesome. It is grotesque. There's lots of blood and guts and all the other associated things you would think of in a horror film. The thing is, it's so brilliant and clever and uses those things to make a point and have a message about how we require movies to be certain things for us and why these kind of movies succeed. It does all this stuff so deftly that I walked away from it going, that was interesting, engaging, compelling, and yes, I even think I liked it. Does that mean you'll like it? I don't know. I'm going to say if you have an inkling of squeamishness, nope, probably won't like it. If you're a horror film fan, yes, I can almost guarantee you will like it. If you don't really like horror films, but you like smart movies, you might like it as well. So, which category do you fit in? Summing it up, The Cabin in the Woods, if nothing else, will have you thinking and talking and seeing horror movies in a completely different light.